All right, welcome back to the farm. We're gonna go talk to some of the farmers and learn about their favorite crops, some interesting tools they use, all the fun things that happen on the day-to-day on a farm. All right, we're here with Connor. So Connor, gonna ask you a couple rapid fire questions. What's your favorite crop?
Crispiana.
Rainbow chard, because you can use the stems and the leaves for different things, and they're beautiful.
My favorite crop? Probably bok choy.
Ooh, my favorite crop is probably the wasabi arugula. It's super spicy.
Okay, my favorite crop that we grow is the haikai turnips. The crunch and the sweetness is unreal.
Probably the herbs. I like the sage and the basil the best, I think, because they smell good like when you're harvesting it, but then I also love using fresh herbs in cooking, so.
I would say sunflower microgreens because they're just so juicy and fresh, and every time you bite into them, you kind of just get a great taste of freshness.
What is the most difficult thing to harvest?
Most difficult thing to harvest, honestly, probably the herbs. They take a while to cut so that we can regrow them.
Okay.
Herbs sometimes. If you're harvesting them, you're trying to harvest them for a regrow, you have to cut them at a certain point, and that's just, takes some preciseness.
Probably the sunnies, like the sunflower microgreens, because you have to pick the seeds out of them.
The watercress. Watercress!
How do you like to use microgreens?
I like to blend them in protein shakes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think like a hearty layer of microgreens on a sandwich is really awesome.
Okay.
Honestly, I like to use them best as a bedding for a protein like a steak or a piece of chicken.
I just throw them on top of my eggs in the morning. Yeah. I made it in tortellinis the other day and used it instead of spinach.
I love using my microgreens, honestly, on the bed of anything that I'm having for dinner. So I always just lay my microgreens down on my plate and then I pile everything on it.
And what's the most interesting flavor or thing that you've tasted here that we're growing?
Most interesting flavor is probably the nasturtium leaves that we've been growing lately. They're like super, super peppery, but not spicy at all. It's very weird.
The buzz buttons. Yeah, buzz buttons.
The wasabi arugula was interesting.
The wasabi arugula.
Wasabi arugula.
I like the arugula.
Really arugula. Yeah, sometimes I find it's kind of like spicy. I've never tasted anything like that.
I never had that before, and it's kind of spicy, but also arugula tasting, so it's kind of confusing. Yeah.
What's the most common slang people are using around the farm?
Most common slang around the farm? I don't know if we're using any slang on the farm, are we? Yeah, okay.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground work, It's really the vibe.
What's the most common thing that people are saying on the farm? Catchphrase. Let's go. Let's go. All right. All right, it was great hearing from the farmers what they like and all the things around the farm. So, my favorite crops are definitely the carrots. I like to use microgreens in my eggs, make an omelet. It's a really great way to do it. The hardest thing to harvest is definitely watercress. And the most interesting flavor for me is definitely the wasabi arugula. Thanks for taking a look in today. Feel free to share the things that you like and find most interesting, and feel free to stop by the farm.